guide 42,000 veterans and others away from homelessness and into affordable housing. And also, if they want to learn how to do real estate, create generational wealth for themselves and their families, while in the process generating $8.333 million. Find people who are turned down from mortgage officers or loan officers and try to get them into a lease to own kind of option.
Nice. It's helping out a family that couldn't do it the traditional way. Hey, welcome to Dream Start Own podcast, the path to own your time with Edgar the Connector. And
I'm Michael Oakes from Veterans Choice Investments. How's it going, Edgar? Great pleasure to be here, my friend.
hey, man, thanks for joining. Um, it's good to meet people from the Owners Club. I think you're the third or fourth Owners Club member on my podcast.
There we go. There we go. I can't wait to see him. I'm very excited because I know everything you do is gold. So I'm very excited to see him.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So, what got you into real estate?
So I originally got into real estate as an agent. It was COVID. I was just got let go from my job. So it was a weird time for me. I've always loved houses and real estate, and I kind of looked into it a little bit. Passed the test. Was an agent for a year. That route wasn't really for me. No hate on anybody who is an agent or chooses to go that route. Just wasn't for me. Got out of it for about 2-ish years, maybe a little bit more, a little less. Can't remember the exact timeline. But then my best friend, Paul Rodriguez, who is now my business partner, gave me a call after he saw one of Jamil Damji. Shout out to Jamil Damji, one of our mentors. One of his videos while he was laying in bed or something, and he was in Italy at the time, overseas in the Air Force. And he gave me a call, and he was like, "You ever heard of wholesaling?" I was like, "Oh yeah, dude." So we talked about it for a little bit. I spent a week thinking about if I wanted to go the investor route or not. About a week later, we called Prime Corporate Services, and we got our LLC all set up. And 2 years later, we get to meet wonderful people like yourself. Pace, Jamil, Jerry, you name it. It's a great spot to be in. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm talking about Jamil being a mentor. Think about it. You started watching him on YouTube, I assume,
Mhm.
and now we're partners with them.
I know, right?
That's crazy. And then we just got back from Boston, and what did we get? Our check from our title company.
Oh yeah. First
Yes.
distributions, baby. Can't wait for many, many more distribution checks from them because they kill it with everything they do too. So
Yeah, man,
it's
it's
cool.
fantastic. It was awesome opportunity. Just the privilege and the option to join Owners Club was something I had to hop to.
Dude, I didn't even let Pace get halfway through his speech before I was in the back of the room signing up. If you didn't sign up, you missed out because this is the craziest and most incredible community I've ever seen or heard of. So I'm glad to be a part of it.
Whoever's listening to this in March will have an opportunity to fill in the spots for the people that don't stay.
Yeah.
For
That's what
some
it
people,
seems like. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. For some people, it's not for them. Some people's expectations are way different than what it really is. It's not a done for you thing. It's a thing where you have to take the steps to improve yourself. So it does take a time commitment, and there are tasks, homework that's provided to us to do it. I mean, Pace wants go doers and go givers. It's not about me, me, me. It's about what you can do for the others.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's kind of how I've always been. I've focused on trying to help others before I focus on myself, almost to a fault sometimes. But that's just how I am. Two military parents. They raised me right, at least I think so. But yeah, it's a great life to have, and man, I can't wait for March so we can hang out some more, brother.
Right? Some of the owner club were. Are you in the WhatsApp by any chance?
I am. Yeah, which
Talk
that's
about.
still going off the hook. I love it.
Yeah, they're talking about meeting up on January. They're like, it's gonna be too long.
Seriously though, I'd be down. I know Chino invited us to a homeless military event in Vegas. That's December 7th for anybody watching or yourself, Edgar, who wanna, make a trip out to Vegas.
Yeah, Chino's been killing it with that. He's been getting help from the government as well and getting a lot of eyes on it. So that's good. I asked him how I could help him, and he said give a bottle of water and a sandwich to homeless people that you see out and about.
Yeah, he's doing incredible work. I don't know how he does it, but shout out to him and hopefully he keeps killing it out there in Vegas and helping out the homeless community. So if you haven't
Yeah,
checked his stuff out, check him out too. But back on point, my bad.
Chino Monte, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you already in? Were you already in Subto before Owners Club?
So that's the thing. I am not. I am one of the unicorns, myself, Paul, and I believe Himalaya are a few of the only people who are not in any of the other communities other than just Owners Club
Cool
for now.
story. So you were following Jamil on YouTube. Were you also following Pace?
Oh yeah, yeah. It took us a little bit longer to find pace, but once we did, it didn't seem real at first, as everybody says, but you go do your due diligence and go check those Fannie Mae guidelines, and you can do it. So it's really cool what you're able to do with creative finance, subject to seller finances. It's amazing. Helps people in tough situations get out of a house and move on with their life, not have to go through that whole foreclosure process. It's life changing for most people.
Yeah, more people need to be educated on it, unfortunately. Whose idea was it, Paul or yourselves, to go to Squad Up?
So that was Paul. He was the one that saw all the squad up info, and we one thing led to another. We bought all of our tickets. It was myself, Paul, and then another team member of ours who unfortunately has moved on to different opportunities. He's had some family issues, so he's had to focus on that. So we all went and had a life-changing experience. If you didn't go last year, we better see you there this year, 2025 that is, because Dallas is going to be insane from what we've been hearing.
You have 3 tickets to give away for Squad Up Summit. Have you given them away yet?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have.
Awesome. Awesome. There's some
Yeah.
lucky winners, some
Yeah, nah,
coworker
some team
partners.
team members, yep.
Okay.
So my camera guy and editor Ryan Lloyd, who you saw in Boston, Alex Roshke, and then I think my last one is Timmy, but I'm not sure. Might be Timmy Corrado. There's Paul and I kind of just all put it in a list, and then we attached a couple people my name, a couple people to his name, but they're all team members and all very excited to get to the event and have a life-changing experience like what we had.
Yeah, Pace is talking about, having the owners club party for us for the Squad Up, which is amazing. I wasn't sure I was going to go at first. So I was like, oh, it's going to be more of this and not really dedicated owners club. But now that he's saying he's going to have like a dedicated speaker for the VIPs and then the owners clubs members already get that. I was like, well, yeah, and Dallas is closer than Orlando. So let me go ahead and make time to go there.
Exactly.
I think it's on weekend this time too. So it helps out a little bit with PTO.
Yeah, it does. Did you say that we get to go into those speakers if we're owners club? Like we don't even have to have the VIP, or you have to have
No,
VIP
that's
too?
I'm pretty sure the owners get to have that speaker specifically for the night before Squad Up.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. That event before? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's gonna be sweet. I don't know who it is yet. But it's gonna be cool. Do you know by chance?
No, he Pace is
Ah,
keeping it close to his chest.
I can't wait whenever it finally leaks.
Yeah, I mean everybody's brought so far is great, so I don't think I'd be disappointed.
I've heard rumors that Matthew McConaughey might be coming. That's
Yeah, he did say he
I've heard
goes,
that
I'll have
name
somebody
drop.
goes he goes, I'll have somebody. He says, all right, all right, all right. So I don't know when he'll be speaking, but it looks like he'll be there for Squad Up Summit.
That's
I still have my
incredible.
tickets to give away.
Yeah.
One thing
Any front runners right now for your tickets?
I think I did and I forgot. I gotta write this stuff down. I forget. So I'm like, oh yeah, I do this, and then I forget or I get distracted. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go do this, and I start looking at my email, what I'm looking for to do, and then I see
Mhm.
something else, like, damn, I gotta finish this. So then I'll start doing something else, and I was like, what the heck was I gonna go do before I got distracted by finding something else to do while I was looking for that
Oh,
one reminder
jeez.
of what I was supposed to do.
I know the feeling. I know it happens to me all the time. There's so much coming into the inbox, just one thing after another.
Yeah. I gotta find me an assistant. They said at the retreat, if you don't have an assistant, you are your assistant.
Exactly. Yep. Dan Martell, Buy Back Your Time. So
Yeah.
that book is, if you haven't read it, I know you probably have, but anybody
No, not yet.
watching, oh, you
Go to my
gotta read
list.
it. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's so good. It talks all about that. So I gotta reread that to be honest with you.
it's good. Earlier you were saying you help out a lot of people to a fault, right?
Hmm.
So one thing I heard somebody say that I try to, before I say yes to somebody else, to help them out, to make sure that when I'm saying yes to them, it doesn't mean I'm saying no to myself.
Ooh, if anybody at home, write that down. That's important right there. You got to keep that one in the memory bank.
Yeah, so think
Oh.
about that when somebody asks you, say, yeah, no. Like I heard that and people started asking me for like rides to the airport. That's a 45-minute drive there and 45 back, hour and a half. Like, dude, I go, if you really, really need it, I'll give you some money for an Uber, dude. I'm not gonna take the hour and a half to do that
Hmm.
anymore. I'm beyond those days. Same thing with moving. If you need to move, man, I'll spot you some money to pay for some Ubers. I don't need to take the time to do that.
I don't blame you. I just had to move recently, and the whole time I was like, why did I not just pay somebody? Like I get I'm still I'm about to turn 30, so I'm still like, I can do this stuff. So nah, it's dumb. Just pay somebody to do it, save your time and your back.
Yeah. How long do you think it took you to pack up and move?
4-ish, 5 hours. Had a couple people helping me, but it was some heavy stuff.
That was
Couple
packing,
dressers.
packing up, unpacking, and moving,
No, that was just packing it up. Unpacking it, probably another 2 hours, so six in all. Yeah.
and then moving it from one building to
It
the
wasn't
next.
far. Yeah, it was just straight down the road, so it wasn't too far. But yeah, that part, thank God it didn't cause a long drive or need a long drive rather. But
Yeah, well, we moved in 2020 after 20 years in one house,
mhm.
and it wasn't a big house. It was like 1,400 square feet. So, but we had accumulated some things. So I was working 60 hours a week at the time, and told my wife, say, we're gonna pay somebody to move because it's gonna take us a month to move all this because we moved an hour away as well. So we paid, I think it was like 4,000 maybe, but they packed everything up in 4 hours and then moved everything in one truck and had everything unpacked in less than a day.
That's pretty good right there, man. That is pretty quick. I'd have to say myself. I don't know if I could do that. That's for sure.
Yeah, my wife was with the Packers, and she's like, "Yeah, I got this stuff to help you out." And she's like, "Oh, we already packed it up." Like they didn't even wait. They just when we're packing, you look at things like, "Oh, remember this," and it
Mhm.
just takes up so much time because you're getting nostalgic about it.
Right. They have no emotion. They're like, do you care about this? Yes. Okay. We'll wrap this. Perfect. And it's in the box.
Yeah, they don't even ask. They pack it up. She had some like paper that she didn't throw away. They packed that up in a box. They're like, "Oh, sorry, packed it up." They're
Damn.
ready to go.
Yeah, they're serious.
Yep. Because I don't think they do it by the hour. I think it's just one fee to pack up based on your square footage or something like that.
The quicker they get it done, the more they technically get paid. That makes sense.
Yep. 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 What are y'all working on now? What's your team consist of right now?
So we've gone through, we call them point O's, right? We had VCI 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. So we're on 3.0 right now. We have about four or five team members. I believe it's four. Actually, no, sorry, it is five. We just had our operator, Bernadette, come on. She's been killing it for us. So that whole operator program, thank you, Molly Tennant, Pace Morby, because she is God sent. She's really helped out keeping us organized, getting the systems and processes. But mainly, to answer your question, we're focusing on single family. Right now, we do some multifamily and commercial stuff, but we've put a little bit of a hold on that just because we've had to kind of change our structure and team
Gotta
member counts.
focus. Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
and
focus.
get cut off some what I would say, limbs to save the body,
Yeah.
if you could say.
That
Yeah,
wood,
so
the fat. Yep.
yeah,
Tell me about the operator. I'm super interested about that because I want to get it. and I think I can use it. But
Hmm.
I personally, I'm scared. I'm scared of getting them and failing them and not being able to pay them and having to somebody, burn somebody like that.
Right,
Um,
right. So Bernadette was is really we had a couple meetings that we networked, or Paul mainly networked in the operator meeting, like whenever they launched it, because they're rolling out new operators every single month. So we got lucky enough to have about 5 meetings with some different operators, and Bernadette was like our second meeting, and we knew right then when we had our meeting with her, like the vibes were there. That's what we were mainly basing it off of. Was like, do we actually like get along talking to this person, and it's not forced, like we're all on the same page immediately. So it was just a bonus that she's a doctoral candidate. Um, so she's wicked smart, and she's a TC as well, top tier TC. So she kind of operates in both facets, but we are paying her part of revenue share. So every deal that closes, she'd get a percentage of that. Plus, she's our full-time TC. So everything that we would do goes straight through her, and she kind of gets to double dip a little bit. So it's really nothing scary. She wants to help us grow just as well as we want to help her grow her TC business and, with us.
cool, man. Good to hear. What's the interview process like?
So it was kind of dual sided. She's interviewing us and we're interviewing her just to make sure that all parties are getting what they're looking for out of working together. So the meeting was, we had 2 meetings with her. We had about, like I said, 4 meetings, 5 meetings, that we just kind of got to know each other. It was just kind of like a first date where you just see what's going on, how like where can you fit in, see what their past experience can kind of like bring to the table as well as ours. But honestly, it's just kind of like this, you hop in a Zoom or a Google Meets or whatever you want to do, and just kind of talk and make sure. And then we went to the second interview where we kind of laid out more what our expectations would be. And she's only with us part time right now because we don't really need a full-time operator, and she wants to be able to also, help out somebody else, which we have zero problem with. The more the merrier. Obviously, for as much as she can handle, as as alongside with how much we have to give her. So yeah, really just kind of figuring out the balance and what the operator is looking for, and if it fits into your scheme and vision, then I'd say go for it because they're willing to, I guess, negotiate what they receive.
Nice. I think you're the first person that I know that's talked about having their Molly operator. Popping Molly's like Pace said.
Exactly.
Popping
Yeah, she
Molly.
is though. She really is. So we're very excited, very happy, and hopefully she's gonna see this clip so she gets to, put it out on the socials or something. But she's
Yeah.
great. If you're looking for an operator, and because now she gets to be picky, right? She's already got one. So now the second one is somebody that she's trying to find one more. I'm not sure if she did yet, but yeah, she's amazing.
Awesome. She remote?
Yes, she's based in Miami, which is amazing because, Paul and I are both East Coast. So it just helps with time, and, no one's behind or anything.
Nice. What job tasks or responsibilities have you given the operator?
Yeah, so mainly TC work. And then right now she's dialing in our SOPs. So she's going to go through Monday and set up a full CRM with the packages that, Pace is sending, that, or Molly and Pace are letting us have access to. So she's kind of building out that whole system right now. It's been a little wonky at first, but once it's dialed in, it's going to be like it, you don't even have to do anything to it. It'll run itself essentially.
Nice. So Monday, I have that opened on my web browser and on my list to go check it out. Let's run this call and you already started it. Tell me about Monday.
So yeah, it's another CRM, but it's not like any other CRM in my opinion. And I'm not the best person to ask, but so we've used and currently use OpenDispo. It's $1. We have an affiliate link to that too. But that's what we were using for a long time, and we're trying to test and see which one's going to be better for us. So Monday is what it's built to be is all in one. Like you don't really have to do much. You set it and kind of it runs for you. Caroline Kane uses it, and she loves it from what I've been told. So we're still kind of dialing it in and figuring it out. We haven't used it too much yet. So have me back on and I'll tell you how it's going the next time. How's that sound?
Sweet. Yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah,
more than what I've looked at it. So
yeah.
cool. And you're gonna send me your affiliate link so I can add it to the links below.
You got it, brother. I
I,
definitely can.
I just set up quite a few affiliate links today. I did my Gator, Subto. I have one for credit stacking. Then I just put the
You
listing
got
for my.
prop.
Do we have one for prop?
Yeah,
I need
everybody
to.
should.
I need to check that. I was wondering. I was like, I don't. I figured we did, but I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
prop
do. It's
AI.
it's probably buried somewhere in an email. It was kind of quick, or you might be able to find it on Kajabi maybe. But Brandon Wolf, he's the director of affiliate at New Reach. So that's who I'd say is the best way to reach him. I can give you his number too, or his email, whatever you need.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. So prop AI. Yeah, I need to add that one. And then I just put my listing for my Airbnb and Turo there too, to just have it there and show that what's being done.
Might as well, man. I mean, who knows? Someone might click on it, and then that's another way to make some more money. And you're helping. You're providing an easier way to find access to either deals, credit. Um, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, for sure. Yesterday I had a podcast with, I don't know if you met Ayan from, he's from Kazakhstan.
See, I'm leaning towards no right now, but there's so many people. It's gonna take like, immersion 6, 7 for
Oh
us
yeah.
to meet all these people.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. So what is your lead flow like right now? How are you doing leads for your single family?
Yeah, so we're using a lot of Privy. That's mainly my lead source. We're going straight to agents currently. We've bounced back and forth from we did a lot more direct to seller for the first year and a half we've been in business, but now we're doing what Jamil says, calling the agents, we're getting to our outreach because honestly, it's just an easier phone call, especially for people who don't like. I don't mind making calls. Our team doesn't mind making calls at all. But for those people who are new, going and talking to a seller can be a little frightening and a little scary. So, especially starting out, call agents, get used to the terminology. They know all of it. Well, most of them, or they should know all of it. Um, so it just kind of is an easier phone call sometimes. Getting the pricing structure, that's kind of phase 2, but that's where the fun and the negotiation comes in. So yeah.
Pricing structure as in like wholesale, what to offer,
Yeah, yep,
underwriting, ARV,
yep.
repair costs.
And then,
Uh,
getting the right percentage for their commission so that way you're not paying an arm and a leg for a dual agent whenever you brought everything on the other side. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my biggest holdup when I started wholesaling was figuring out the construction costs in Houston. It took me quite a bit to get comfortable with it. Are you using Privy to find your deals? Are you using the search function so you get an email of the Privy deals and then go from there?
Both, yeah. So you're someone who's clearly used Privy a lot and probably watched that master class as well, that with Jamil. The searches and the lists, yeah, all over that. And then we're still trying to dial in the buyer side, but for finding deals, yeah, that's been my biggest lead source, as well as we've tried obviously the direct to seller route and Fizbos and you name it. We've probably tried it. Yeah, we're trying to get into the PPC stuff, but it's hard dialing that in with how much it costs usually. It's like 6,000, 7,000 per contract normally.
Yeah,
And that's for a good one. Closed contract, that is, not just getting a contract. But
right.
yeah.
Yeah, Privy I've used to find my seller buyers. I've used it to find buyers. Are you said you having hiccups with that? What are you running
Well,
into? What's slowing you down finding buyers?
Well, it's not finding them, it's just getting the pieces together. it was probably a lot more on our side, the price of the deal than it is the other side. So, it's just a fun balancing act of getting that deal exactly how the buyers want it to be. But that's the fun part of this business is it's not for everybody, and it's challenging, and that's why I love it. So
Yeah,
if
gotta
you're
be
if you aren't built different, don't get into real estate, especially what we're doing.
yeah, gotta be consistent with it and hear a lot of no's.
Yeah, but the cool part is there's ways in sales like what you know of that you can turn no's into yeses. Like you ask questions that are negative and or is this a bad idea? Are you opposed to this? Put it in a different framework and people are so used to saying no that no is actually a yes. Yeah, and that's something
Right.
I've been using a lot. It's been
That's
helping
good.
us. Yeah.
What markets are you in?
So, ready? We are in Maryland, PA, mainly Pittsburgh, but we're not afraid of Philly because that's where Paul and I are originally from. A little bit of Tennessee, mostly Western Tennessee, like Knoxville area, Georgia, Florida, and Texas. Those are our main markets. But commercially, we'll look at anything because as you know, we've got a great community and a great deal of buyers that are looking for those types of deals. So we're not afraid as long as they're, cash flowing and they're not just like hurting as a business. We'll always have somebody be able to throw those deals to. But but yeah, right now mainly focused on the single family markets in those kind of areas. Oh, and North and South Carolina. Sorry, I almost disrespected my area. What am I doing?
What part of Texas? 'Cause Texas is huge.
Mainly northern Dallas, and then obviously for you, Houston, of course. Always looking for deals for you.
All right. So you use Privy in the list. Is that all you're calling? Just what you find on Privy?
No, so we're also doing some agent outreach lists that we're sending SMS campaigns. Obviously, the texting laws have changed since that was our original deal flow. That's how we were rocking and rolling, had a lot of success with it. And then they changed the laws or the rules, how you can operate with it. So we've had to slow it down, but we're mainly texting agents saying, like, hey, we're looking for as is original condition properties. If you have any, like, please feel to like reach back out because we're looking to take some down, and we have partners that it's not that long of a text, but I'll show you sometime. But yeah, it's worked pretty well. We've gotten a few under contract, still trying to get them out the door, but yeah, it's been a different change of pace to say the least. But I'm throwing that name. It's always fun saying that because it's kind of like a double entendre for us.
Oh yeah.
It's
Thanks to Pace Morby.
yeah.
What are you using for your SMS? Is that you still using it, right?
Yeah, OpenDispo is what we've been. So that's a go high level like white label product that we've used. So it's worked pretty well for us, and we're obviously always looking to update and improve. So we're always willing to do what's best for the business.
Cool. I haven't used the Open Dispo. I've been using Astro Blaster.
That's a white label high level go high level product. Yeah.
Right. But how automated is Open Dispo?
It's got the Facebook chat bot where it'll respond to the comments, drip campaigns, it'll automate all of it. Probably pretty similar, but not sure what extra bells and whistles. They're probably because each one has probably a little bit of different bells and whistles, but it's got damn near every automation workflow you could ever need. It's kind of geared towards us, just like Astro Blaster is. So that's just the one that we went with.
So the reason I ask is I have mine paid till March, and right now I'm working on actually a Morby method with another owner, and that came through an agent that I met through Astro Blaster. And
Okay.
since you're in the Houston market, I like to give you all the option to use it because my W-2 and everything else, I haven't run any campaigns. I just run some follow-ups here and there, and even then, when they call me back or send me a message, I don't always have time to comp in a timely manner and send the offer in a timely
Yeah.
manner. But yeah, it's easy to run, easy to use, and y'all can compare the two, see if it works better or if it's just different, and both of them running simultaneously will help out.
Yeah. Edgar, I'm not gonna tell you no, brother. If you're gonna give me access to that, I greatly appreciate you. I have a bunch of if I don't have exactly Houston, I can get a list, a big list of real
I already
estate
have it. It's
agents.
8,000 people in Houston. I've only maybe contacted 2,000 of them.
Done. We can definitely start running that for you. Get some outreach, and we can get these deals closed together. You don't gotta tell me twice, brother.
Yeah, man. We'll just split whatever things we have. Whenever you get a lead, I'll help you find the buyers. I mean, you're doing it with Privy, but I'm solo right now. So you have a team set and it's just sitting there 90% of the time. It'll be better to use it.
Let's do it. I can't wait.
So,
Make sure we set all that up tomorrow. I'll make sure I put that in my notes and my schedule to get that cracking.
heck yeah. I love it. Awesome.
I appreciate that.
What is, what do you think is the biggest hiccup in your business right now?
So right now, I would say obviously capital. Who doesn't need more capital? But we've been struggling for a little while. We were having a tough time underwriting. We were getting our deals a little bit too high for what the market would really allow it. So we've kind of had to go back to the drawing board, just making sure we're getting back into, straight out of comp, and, making sure we're reaching out to people and getting the right numbers, so that way our deals actually make sense and we don't waste time getting something locked up that nobody's gonna take down anyway.
Yeah. If I get something out of a different market, like I wholesaled something in Austin, it wasn't my market, but Privy helped me
Hmm.
find a buyer. So I did a comp and I figured it was good. I was like, this looks pretty good. And I just send it. I called the real people really quick, say, hey, what do you need this at? And I threw a number that maybe a little bit high. And they said, oh, I need it a little bit lower. And then I just would negotiate with them because some of them's going to try to lowball you either way.
Right.
And then the trick is say, well, I have another buyer that's going to give me this. They're like, oh, yeah, you know what? I can do that too. So then
Right.
you know they're just trying to lowball you. But if they say, nah, the other buyers give it to them, then it's like, all right, the price is a little high. So
Okay.
that's something I would recommend. If somebody's interested in selling, you're not sure about the numbers, just get the number anchored down with the seller. And then while you're getting the contract in process, before you sign it, just start calling buyers and say, hey, I have this. What do you need it at to make sure I'm in the right ballpark?
Hmm. I love that. Yeah, that's what I've been starting to do a lot more of, instead of just going, we have, honestly, instead of just going and get it locked up, send it to who we might like actually be pitching it to, and be like, hey, where would you be at here? And then see if we can go actually get it. It's kind of finding the deal, half reverse wholesaling it, and then because basically if you can get it at that number, you already know you got it done, like signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah, for sure. Are you pitching creative to the agents when you talk to them?
We are. Not a lot of them are hearing it right now. So we're still trying to find our unicorn, but a lot of cash deals is what we've been doing. So still trying to find those unicorns, but we're getting close.
So what the way I've been doing it with agents and creative is just like what we heard. What does the Chinese bamboo do?
Just keep watering them. It takes 9 years to
Five
grow?
years.
Yeah, 5 years and 90 days. That's what it is to grow 90 feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll do. First, I'll talk to the agents about, and you'll see it in Astro Blaster when you start running it. First, I talk about distressed properties, and they say, "Oh, I don't deal with those." Oh, okay. Do you have any listings that have been sitting for a while or don't have enough equity? It's like I can offer them what they're asking for, and they say, "What?" And then that's what I dropped. I was like, they might not do it now, but get comfortable in learning about this because this is another tool in your toolbox that I tell the agent that it's going to benefit them. And I've had a couple say, "Oh, okay." I need to follow up more with them, but I have a couple. I don't know if you listened to one of my calls on Instagram. Like I was a little bit sick, and the lady's like, "No, they don't like doing that." And I was gonna just stop, and I was like, "No, just keep going." She's on the phone, and she's like, "No, it's gonna fall back on them." It's like, "Fall back on them how?" Well, if they don't make a payment, if they don't make a payment, what? Well, then it's gonna affect their credit. Go depending on how you write it up. Because the way people were concerned about that, what I'll do is I'll put 2 months of money with the servicing company in escrow. So if it's late 20 days, then escrow is going to pay it out and it's not going to hit those 30 days. So it's not going to affect their credit. If it
Yeah.
happens again, it gets paid out again, doesn't affect their credit. And then the owner, the seller, gets the house back, gets to do it again. And the agent's like, nobody's ever explained it to me that way.
Yeah,
And
that's the
then,
beautiful part about it. And plus, you probably have somewhere that if you kept it and the tenant in there is late by 45 days, they're out anyway. So, yeah. So there's ways to protect yourself. It's not a scam, folks. There are insulation tactics that we put in place so the homeowners don't get screwed over. And plus, we don't want to get screwed over anyway. So you explained that beautifully. And that, I couldn't have said it better myself, brother.
cool, man. Do you have anything being in the contract right now? You're about to lock up or close on?
We have two in Florida, and well, actually, no, we just had two cancel in Florida. So we do have two more coming in. We have a bunch of that we're dispoing through JV partners, about a list of 25. Then so that's what I'm mainly focused on is dispoing those. But those were some of the instances that those deals were a little too high. The one that we canceled, well, the one we had a buyer for, then he went ghost.
No.
Another one we locked it up a little high. We were 20,000 off. The buyer just wouldn't accept it because it just needed a little more work than what we originally expected. Then we got in there. I took the buyer the other day for a buyer walk, obviously, and he got in there, like got up under the staircase and stuff, and there's just a little moisture, so it was going to be about 20,000 more in repairs. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So we lost that one, but we got more on the horizon. We got plenty of more time to get more deals. We got three or four in the pipeline right now. We're trying to get locked up. So we had, what happens when you go away for 5 days? You come back to all the leads you were talking to saying, "Hey, you still there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still here. I just been busy." I go,
Right.
"Yep, work conference."
Yeah. You got to get to the point where you can own your time and have somebody else delegate that to you. Or, but those leads, you follow up with them to see
Oh
that
yeah,
they haven't sold right?
yeah, oh yeah, we're still there. They're just kind of figuring their number out. We put out a good plan. One's in South Carolina, two are, I believe, in Florida, and then the last one right now is I'm blanking on. But yeah, made offers, got still waiting on whether they're gonna accept them or not. But that's my goal. Try to get 3 to 5 offers out a day. See what we can do. Even if they're far fetched, it's still talking to people, Mr. TTP, and just trying to keep that wheel spinning one way or another.
Yeah, for sure. How you funding your EMDs?
So Brenda is one. She's an owners club. She's amazing. Brenda, her last name
Via
is.
Franco.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Yes, she is amazing. If you have deals, I would recommend using her. Anytime. I just feel bad that I have to send the money back this time to her. So, but normally that's what we're doing. And then Mando is money making Mando, my boy. So I gotta use him whenever I get the chance.
I've been doing some Gator wrestling with Brenda. She brought me one. I funded it and we got paid out yesterday on it. So it
Let's
was cool.
go, baby. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So I told her when we fund in the next one. So I'm gonna tell her, hey, anything for Mike and Paul, I got first dibs on theirs.
Well, now that I know that, it sounds good to me, brother. I
Heck
got
yeah.
some coming for you.
Awesome. Yeah, and then we get Astro Blaster. She can't fund those though.
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Those will be I'll fund those for you directly. They're from my Astro Blaster.
Sounds like a plan. I
That's
can't
cool,
wait.
man.
Starting tomorrow. We getting that thing rocking and rolling.
Heck yeah, it's ready to go. So you just gotta check some boxes and say drip, drip.
Done, done,
Yeah.
and then monitor it, right? Which I can is probably just get a different plug-in for one of these apps and just be able to use it on my phone wherever I am.
Yeah, it's got its own app, just Astro Blaster. It's a go high
Oh,
level, but they gave it their label and the Astro Blaster.
I'll start getting that thing rocking and rolling tomorrow.
Yeah. Just there'll be this one agent. She has my other number, but she keeps on calling the Astro Blaster number. Tell her to call this one. But yeah, dude, hopefully that works out and we can get a bunch of deals. I look forward to that.
Absolutely. I'll
When
let
we
Paul know too, so that way we can both monitor it and we'll just keep that thing rocking.
He can't use it till he gets on the podcast.
That's
I'm
fair.
just
Yeah,
joking.
no, that's a
I'm
good point, actually. Yeah.
joking.
That's
I'm joking. I'm not gonna,
uh,
was it cut your nose off to spite your face?
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no.
that's good. No, you should say that though. You should send him a text saying, "Hey, gave Mike access to Astro Blaster, but you can't use it until you get on my podcast." That'd be so good.
I'm gonna tell him we get a deal. He ain't gonna get paid out till he gets on the podcast. There we go.
Exactly. It's your payment for coming on the show. Yeah, there it
Yeah,
is.
freaking awesome. Are y'all starting to hold any properties yet?
Yeah, we have one in Maryland. Bought it creatively off of someone who actually joined the team for a little while, and then he moved on with he's out of the military, or he's getting out of the military right now. He's doing what's called a skill bridge program, where you get out about 6 months early, get to go do. You don't get out, but like you're still in, but you go get to be a civilian and learn like a different job out in the real world. So he's doing that right now. He might come back whenever his schedule allows, but we took down that in Maryland, and it covers our entire overhead of our business every single month. So
Dude, that's awesome.
it's pretty great. It's pretty great.
How are you running it? What's the exit strategy on it?
So yeah, long-term rental. The tenant right now is paying 1,000 extra a month to pay down the principal. So that way, it cuts it off quicker. But it's a great deal for them. They'll own it by the end of it. But yeah, long-term rental with a homestead buyer that we marketed on Facebook Marketplace of all places. Yeah.
So it's a wrap.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Wrap that thing out. Use them pour a title. I think. Yes, I believe it was Emporio. But yeah, it's a great deal for us and for the tenant. They're happy.
So break down that deal. How did you get it? The whole process. How
Yeah,
did it come in? What
so
was the bunnies, right? The Paces bunnies.
yeah. So the bunnies were it came in through one of our old team members. His name was Bakari. He brought the deal in through somebody he worked with on base. It was his boss that he was sick of the house. It was nothing but problems for him. So we came in, offered him 5K down, got it on a 30-year term, and just there is a mortgage, so we're paying that off obviously, and he's getting like every 6 months or every quarter, I believe, just a payment, and he gets like a real small monthly. But we're cash flowing about 1,600 a month off that
Wow.
one deal. Yeah, that's after everything. Um, and yeah, it's we had one issue where the water heater or something started flooding, so I had to get that fixed real quick. But everything else it's been amazing. That was our first taste of creative finance, and once we did it, we were like, whoa. So yeah, we double closed on it, and yeah, it's wild.
That's sweet. So how much time is left on the mortgage and what's the interest rate on that mortgage?
So the interest rate, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is a 3.2, like 3.25. I think there's about 27 years left on the mortgage. So there's a really small seller finance position. I think it's like
So it's a real low equity deal.
yeah, very low equity deal. Yeah, they had it for like 2, 3 years and they were just sick of it. So we came in, offered that solution, and he loved it so much he came and worked for us for a little while. So yeah, he closed about 4 or 5 deals with us, and now he's, doing some family time and getting to enjoy non-military life for a while. So yeah, I'm happy for him. He's a great guy.
That's amazing. But that's illegal, ain't it?
But
Sub two? That's illegal, isn't it?
yeah, that's what I hear, right? Yeah, negative. They wish.
So the water heater broke while you were selling it, or when
No,
the seller already
after.
bought it?
Yeah, once the homestead buyer got in there, there was some leaking. So the insurance company luckily took care of it, and everything's fixed now, to my knowledge. But yeah, it was a little hiccup for a second, but everything everything got fixed.
Cool. And you said you found the buyer on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, yeah. We luckily through Bakari having his boss being the seller, it was an easy relationship to just giving us more time until we found the buyer. And right at the buzzer, we found that homestead buyer. It was like a couple people came in at the buzzer trying to get it, but we sold it to a nice couple with a daughter, I believe, that she was trying to get her out of an apartment and into a home. So we went with them and qualified them. And so, to my knowledge, they're very happy, and they have their own home that is in Waldorf, Maryland, that they weren't able to before because they couldn't qualify for a home. So it's a great strategy to find people who are turned down from mortgage officers or loan officers, and try to get them into a lease to own kind of option.
Nice. It's helping out a family that couldn't do it the traditional way. Cool, man. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
congrats on
I would love to take credit for it, but it's my amazing team that is a lot of them that I just try to make sure the business keeps on the straight and narrow. I do sell, obviously. I can't not do the thing, but yeah, a lot of credit goes to the amazing people at Veterans Choice Investments and my business partner Paul. So, yeah, can't take it all.
no, yeah. I mean, you have a team that's great and you give them credit, but you're part of it, so it's a team effort. And then Facebook, was that in groups that you were posting it at, or did you do
Yeah.
ads?
Marketplace ads and also groups, you don't want to limit your exposure on Facebook. So, yeah, we created the initial ad and then we would just post it into different groups and kind of get the knowledge out there that we have this deal, buy it.
And that was posted to your business, your Veterans Choice Investments.
To my knowledge, it was actually posted through Bakari's personal account, but we do have a Veterans Choice account that it took us a little while to get marketplace access because you have to be an individual and they try to not let like company Facebooks on there. But we had to make a different account for that, acting as a person. But they gave us access, so we don't do it as much now, but we do run some Facebook Marketplace ads sometimes too.
Okay, I didn't know that. I have my real estate business page. I haven't tried doing any ads yet. And
Hmm.
then I know there's a lot of groups you can't join as a business, but I didn't know you couldn't get into the marketplace if you're a business.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. So the trick there is to create just a personal page that's named your business. Okay,
Yep.
cool tip.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
it took us about like honestly 4 to 6 weeks before we got a response back. But once you finally do, then you can just use it from one centralized location, instead of this team member's marketing these deals, this team member's marketing these deals, what's actually going on with them. It kind of acts like a marketplace, Facebook marketplace CRM, I guess you could say.
Cool, man. Nice to know. I haven't touched Facebook Marketplace. I haven't had I do it the old find a buyer on Privy and call them up.
Yeah, no, I don't blame either way. Some works better than others. Obviously, your way definitely works better because it's a lot more personal and you actually build a relationship rather than it being more about the sale. Which that's why we haven't been doing as many Facebook Marketplace ads is because we're more in it for the relationships. Like I love hanging out with you and getting to talk to you on stuff like this. So that's what we're more about over just like sell, 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 sell. We want to do business with people long term, not just one time.
Cool. What do you think you spent on Facebook ads?
What we used to spend,
No, just for that deal.
oh, that deal honestly wasn't much. I'd say we put about 100 to 200 bucks into ad spend on it, and it got us a lot more exposure. Like the only thing with Facebook is it's not like per click. It's like, all right, this is the allotted amount per day, and it's gonna get used no matter what. So you got to have the full budget ready to go for it, or else it'll be just kind of half-assed, I guess you could say. Pardon my language, but.
That's okay. Okay. So, and then your deal, what you said was brought basically word of mouth. So you didn't spend
Hmm.
any money getting that. And then
Right.
$200 on finding your buyer. And then your $5,000, did that come for yourself or OPM?
So that came, yep, from the buyer. They put that down, and like we just put down, I think 100 as escrow and like a EMD, and then we had them bring that to the table. And then I think it was about 19 in total was the entry fee, somewhere in there, maybe a little more. Actually, it was probably, yeah, it was like 20, that not including what came to the buyer, so 25 all in. So it was a pretty good deal for us, and then it cash flowed on top of that. So it wasn't the biggest winner on the double close. Obviously we took a little bit of hit on the assignment, but it was more about the
Yeah, that
cash
cash
flowing
flows.
asset.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah. I didn't care about the assignment fee once I heard they were making like almost 2 grand a month. So especially once we get through this, I guess, 3 year term period, that all of that we won't have to pay the quarterly or 6 month to quarterly payment that we're sending out right now.
So
Um,
the seller gets a monthly, and then every quarter gets a little bit more.
yeah, yeah, just
Okay.
to entice them. Yeah, it still makes sense for us. It obviously that once every quarter hit isn't the greatest for our overhead, but it still evens out.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's great, and that's creative. Everybody thinks about month to month, but you're doing a month and a quarter.
Hmm.
So that's some creative thinking. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Trust me, that was not easy coming up with that. It was a long negotiation period, to say the least. It was all right. Here's so yeah,
Yeah,
a
but
lot of counters.
in 3 years it'll be nice. That won't be there anymore, and you'll be cool. That's a short balloon, but hey, that cash flow's it's good. Even if you break even for the first 3 years, you're after that, is going to be a nice chunk
Yeah,
of change coming and depreciation. And I don't know, did y'all cost segment it at all? No, I guess I couldn't because it's you wrapped it, so you really can't do that. It's more of a
yeah.
yeah.
We would have though if we could have. We absolutely would have.
And then the seller is on the hook for 27 years.
Yep, but they'll
I mean, the
probably
buyer,
be
excuse
out
me. Yeah.
quicker. The whole term is 30 years, so they'll just not pay as much. They'll kind of just own the property, and at that point, we'll probably just refinance out, and they'll get the house, or we'll have some way to to be able to make that exit happen.
Cool. And I guess your boots on the ground was your friend and the seller itself.
Yep, exactly. So we've done what, about 4 deals in Maryland. So
Okay.
creatively, we try to wholesale four, either cash or creative, and then take down the fifth one. So that way we're getting today money, and we're building our portfolio and net worth.
So the properties that you do keep, is that going in the LLC or you're gonna,
Yeah,
split it between all the partners?
yeah. That's kind of how we do it. The business owns it, and then eventually, Paul and I both want to have our own personal portfolios that our holding companies take down. But yeah, yeah, it's pretty
Cool,
cool.
man. Mount Everest. What
Yes, sir.
say your Mount Everest out loud?
Absolutely. So we are trying to guide 42,000 veterans and others over this however many year we're doing this Mount Everest goal challenge.
Well, you gotta set your goal. What is it?
Yeah,
Five
so it's
years?
5 years. Yeah,
Right.
from the start date. Yeah, it's 42,000 veterans and others away from obviously homelessness. It's a very big problem for us, and into affordable housing, and to be also, if they want to learn how to do real estate, create generational wealth for themselves and their families, while in the process generating $8.333 million a month for a total of 100 million a year by year five. That's what we're hoping to do. We're on the right track. Like Chino is inviting us to events to help homeless folks, because the reason why we picked that number, obviously pasted of that whole equation and whatever else, but the main
Right.
reason is there were 2 years ago 35,000 veterans that they counted and had an actual number to being homeless. So with our goal boosted a little bit for inflation, for population, veterans getting out, that we want to end that in one way, shape, or form, because it's not right to have people who served their country, gave up their life in most instances, come back when they were a man over there, and now they're a boy over here. If they're under 21, you can die over there,
Yeah.
but you can't drink a beer here. That it's not fair. Not that it's not fair, because life isn't fair, but it's not really right to me. Like, I come from a military Navy background with my family, and with my business partner Paul being an actual veteran, that we don't want that to be a thing anymore. Like we want our vets to get the care and treatment that they need, with whatever that looks like. It's a roof, whether it's, getting into rehabs, whether it's, just getting into a program to get them on the right track in life. Who knows? We're here to try and help and guide those folks and their families to better alternative options to, help them.
Cool. Are you looking to team up with Chino on that?
Yeah, I mean, and he's kind of he gave us the other day. He was like, just so you guys know, what you're doing is a double-edged sword. So I just you got to know that before we go any further. That he's gonna kind of show us a little bit of how he does what he does. And yeah, in some way, shape, or form, I would love to partner with Chino on that. So, and there's a bunch of other people in Owners Club that want to get involved with veterans. So I know like Jackson, Dave, Birdie's husband, Dave, Michael Manatsakani, and the list goes on. There's a bunch of people that want to help the lives of vets. So I'm hoping that we all come together and do something in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. So myself too. So once I find a sub 2 property I can move into closer to the city, there's a real good chance my house that I live in now will become a veteran's home. I actually have an operator for it already that wants to do it. I just have to find the property, either a property for them and where they're looking for, or me move to another house that I can separate this.
I love
This is
that.
a 4 bed right now. We can probably make it into 6 bed, and there's plenty of parking.
That's
So
incredible. Well, we'll have to add you to the list of whenever, this whole thing happens, because I'd love for there to be an event or something that we all put on together, that helps vets or something, We'll all brainstorm that down the line, but
yeah,
yeah,
I'm a Gold Star family,
gotcha.
so that's
Gotcha.
it's important for me too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. But wow, I did not know that about you. That is pretty interesting. You don't
Yeah,
hear that
in
too often.
2006, we lost my brother. He was a Marine and overseas.
Well, I appreciate him for his service, and it's never fun with family members going and serving their country, but yeah, not too much else you can say because
No,
it's different
yeah,
kind of
it's
sacrifice.
yeah for sure. There's I recently put a post on his anniversary. If you get a chance, check it out on my Instagram or Facebook. It's they do the roll call. They call his name,
Mm, that's so nice.
and then just some people saying their experience with him.
That's very sweet.
It's
I
it's
will definitely take a look at that as soon as we get off here.
it's always heartfelt. But yeah, so that's I'd be more than happy to do that too for them. They give their lives up for a couple of years and then they come back and aren't taken care of the way that I
Yeah,
believe they should be.
I completely agree with you. It's
Yeah,
it's just a tough scene. Tough scene.
yeah. I don't know if you follow Chino too. Early's in the morning. I think he says anytime before 7 a.m. their time. So that's what 3 hours before you. So like anytime before 10 a.m. your time, he puts his phone number on Instagram to call him and pick his brain.
I did not know that. I follow him. I haven't seen that yet, so
Yeah.
I definitely have to take a look at that.
Yeah, early in the morning when you're up, like you're about to get breakfast, or I don't know what your schedule's like. Look on there, dude. He puts his number out there. Call him and say, "Hey, how do I get started out here?" Because they showed he went to speak to the government in Las Vegas, and I don't know the
Yeah.
details. I guess they're providing him with some funding, or
Yeah, you went and talked to the mayor of wherever I'm not sure if it's Las Vegas or wherever, but somewhere or in his area, and they're providing funding of some sort. I didn't get the full details, but they're helping with the cause, that's for sure.
yeah. So you get some one-on-one time there.
But yeah, we got a lot of collaborations coming together, folks. So get used to seeing these two faces, because with this Astro Blaster, I'm gonna be able to we're gonna close some deals, and I'll fly out. We'll make some content together in person, brother.
Awesome, dude. I look forward to it. What do you need now? Are you gonna get Astro Blaster? What else do you need? Funding, you said. Anything else?
Yeah, let's see. My needs were, I'll pull it up. I got my notebook right here. I'll see what I wrote down just to make sure I'm telling you the actual in the room information. Yeah, and I guess better funnel expert, or like dialing in the funnels. So I guess that would kind of fit more into like an integrator. We have our operator, but we always need an integrator,
I think
because
I sent you a text. Is it Mike doing that? Mike, I know how to remember
Monatsakanian,
his name.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're good. I think so. Which he's somebody I have on my list here to reach out to within the next couple of days. But just still catching up on everything right now with getting back.
Yeah. When did you get back?
Was it Tuesday night? So I
Okay.
finally got through my emails today with everything else going on. Paul gets back tonight, so we'll get this show rocking and rolling. So it's very exciting stuff.
Let me see. Who else had funnels? I'm looking on my notes. How many people did you get at the connecting the game that they
So
gave us?
I played the game a little bit differently. My whole thing was I was gonna find people, and whatever they needed, I was gonna walk them to whoever they like, who I knew had this stuff. So I can say I wrote down 12, but now looking back at the event, it was more like 15 that people would say, "Hey, I need this." I'm like, "Come with me. Come. Let's go." And I would just walk them over, and like, then you need to talk to this person. This is it. This is like Dana. I walked like four people over to Dana for business buying stuff. That's Dana Jones, the mogul, right there. And yeah, just not waiting for people to go do it themselves. I'm, walking the horse to water, and not essentially not making them drink, but kind of just like throwing them in the water a little bit. Here it is, go make it happen yourself.
Yeah, man, that's good. I counted 55 and 12 that I helped out. I'm about to do 13. Did you meet Tracy Gunn?
I can't say
She says she
that.
helps with funnels too.
I don't know if I did, to be honest.
Let me see.
I don't have her name down here, that's for sure. But there's a possibility I have met her, but all the faces and names, let me look her up here.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't get her blink. Or maybe she got mine, didn't send me hers.
Tracy Gunn. No, actually, I have not had the pleasure of meeting Tracy yet, but I am very excited to
Yeah, just write her name down and then look it up in the Owners Club
follow her
directory
right now. Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely reach out to her.
and tell her that I referred you.
Absolutely. Of course.
Get a Tracy Gunn affiliate link.
Oh
Gotta get in the habit of saying that, getting comfortable you doing that.
yeah.
That's why Edgar the connector now.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
I was connecting people, so yeah, Edgar the connector. It's like, yeah, that
That's
kind of
good.
rings a tone.
I like
My
that a
my my
lot.
last name, trying to say it in English is like so just choppy, salgado. It's not smooth on the tongue at all. I like Oaks.
Yeah, it's short, sweet, to the point, but they
Yeah,
decided to put an E in my last name, and
because you're
I
extra,
like,
buddy. There you go. So I gotta say,
I,
I'm Oaks extra.
there you go. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I just say, it's like the tree, but with an E. That's that's what I've been using for most of my life, but I like
Nice.
that a lot.
My family's a little extra, so Oaks with the E.
I like it. I'm gonna use that and act like it's my own. I'll throw a TM for, Edgar down there.
Hell
But
yeah, go for it, man. I have Alexis Jimenez as well. He says he
she's
does tech
amazing.
solutions. Actually,
Yeah.
it's a he.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's a
Is
Hispanic
it?
dude, a little bit
Oh, dude,
silver
why?
fox.
I'm thinking of somebody else. That you are absolutely right. I don't know why I'm thinking of a
Oh, it's easy
different
to
person.
confuse Alexis. You're probably thinking Alexis Morgan.
Yes, thank you. Yes, sorry. Because Himalaya and all that, I'm getting my wires crossed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Alexis Jimenez, see if you have them there. I think they do funnels as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they didn't say particularly funnels, but they said workflow, tech solutions, process automation. So that might fall into there.
Oh yeah,
Digitizing.
Alexis won the what was that? Most problems solved.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm
left
not sure
before
if
that.
he's
I
yeah,
left at like 5:15, so I missed it.
he got the last spot. So it's really cool. I'm really happy for him that they get to go to that content
Yeah,
weekend
that's
stuff.
gonna be
That's gonna be
sweet.
really sweet. Yeah.
So who got number one? Do you know?
Michael Manatsakanian. Who else would you expect? Yeah,
Dang,
but he does so much for the community, and Pace puts a lot on him. So I wouldn't expect it to be anybody else.
nice. He got his day with Pace already, and now he's gonna get another day. That's gonna be cool.
But now he's like real day. Like, you're staying in his
Oh yeah,
house, you're driving
shadowing
his
him.
car, going to the event with him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome for him. Have you done your day with Pace yet?
Nope, it is coming up though in January. I believe it's January 9th. So gonna try to go out there for a little bit. I go to Vegas in December 7th, and I go to Arizona, January 9th. So I'll be traveling a lot coming up. And then March, go to Texas, over to Dallas. So I love it. I like
Yeah.
getting to see all the country.
Are you using your cards for points and flights and stuff like that?
Of
What
course.
card are you using?
I got Chase one. It's that Chase Reserve, Sapphire Reserve or
Sapphire?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sapphire is a good one. Is that the only one you're using?
Right now, I used to have other ones, but currently, yeah.
Oh, you gotta get more.
I'm
You get those
trying. I'm
bonuses. You
trying.
get those
Yeah,
bonuses, and that right there pays for a couple of flights. If you need tips
exactly.
with that, I do it all the time. It's like, yeah, time for a new card.
I do. I gotta get some tips from you on that. So definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
You started building your business credit yet or no?
We are in the process. We started about 2 years ago, so we're almost there. Well, not 2 years, probably about a year and almost a half ago. So we're getting close to be able to really fully go after it. But yeah,
Yeah, well, you should. That's plenty of time right there. I mean, yeah, 2 years is optimal for lines of credit, but for credit cards, you should be able to get good amount. If it's your
for
credit
like
score,
business credit cards or
yeah, for your under
hmm,
your LLC, dude. I usually got
okay,
like 80K like interest free available over the last year and a half.
okay,
Like right now, I
I
currently have two cards. I have an American Express with like 35,000 interest, 0% interest free over 12 months, and then I have a Chase card with almost 50,000 interest free available. The best thing about the Chase and the American Express is that if you have a Chase card and it's under the same business, you open up one card. Some people want to open up multiple, but I don't like doing that just in case something happens and you're not able to pay it off before the interest free. But when you do
mhm.
finally pay off that card, you open up a second one. Let's say you have 10K in one and 10K in the new one. You can combine those balances and now you double almost and get that for interest free. Same thing with American Express.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk more about that, Edgar, for sure. I'm gonna have to get Paul in here too,
Yeah, for
because
sure. That's
that,
something I want to do is because I did credit stacking, the affiliate below, and then we have the sober living house. I haven't done it yet, but I plan to give them like a credit course one of these days to go and teach them about how to improve their credit. Because getting a high score is easy, even if you have derogatory items on your thing on your report. If you don't have history, it's easy to become an authorized user if you haven't heard about that. That has some history and a high not balance but a high credit available. You can actually just shoot up your credit in like 2 months by 120 points easily.
yeah, we're gonna have to talk because I have good credit, but I have a couple years ago I had some missed payments that are still on there, so we're gonna definitely have to
Easy to
talk.
get off. So easy.
All right, send me that Calendly link because I'm scheduling that right now for Paul and I to talk to you.
Okay, cool. All right, we get your funnels going, get Astro Blaster going. You cash flowing big on that house.
You winning in the process as well, brother.
Yeah, trying to the connector, man. Got to make my connections.
You're doing a hell of a job of it, Edgar the Connector, folks. If you need something, I guarantee you this man will find it. So hit him up. The links will be probably right down here. I'm making it happen for you. Um, so reach out to him. He can help. He's helping me, and I've been in business for 2 years and we've been pretty successful. But nobody is too proud to accept help, especially from other business owners and friends. So collaboration over competition. It will win every single time. I promise you.
Thank you for that. That's one thing that I still got to get out of the habit is, Pace always says, closed mouths don't eat. Like, oh, I'm hungry, but I really don't want to open my mouth.
Well, you got a lot of good things to say, man. You should keep saying them.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You got any questions for me?
How are you so awesome all the time?
I don't know, man, because I never got that help.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. And that's so powerful too, because like not saying you struggled or anything, but like you went through the struggles and you don't want other people to go through that. So it's a very, very amazing thing that you do and continue to do for not only the community, but like others who don't know and want to learn and want to figure out how they can fit into this stuff. So I commend you for that, brother.
Appreciate you. That time too, I realized that back in '98, I did my first sub two.
What?
I didn't even know it was a thing, but yeah, my parents were moving. They moved away from. They bought a new house, and I was like, "Hey,
Uh,
let me take over the payments of this house." And then I house hacked it. So I did sub
woo!
two and house hack back then. But then I got in an argument with my stepdad, so I left to say, "Here, you can keep your house back, and I'll go do my own thing." That's crazy. I could have had like my first property that, but yeah, I told Pace when I was in Arizona, I was like, "Hey, I did one in '97." He goes, "That's before I was born." Took me a second. Nah, you've been born younger than that, dude.
That was
Crazy.
almost before I was born, though. I was like 2 or 3 when you did that.
Yeah, man. I was 17, turning 18. I was like, I think I was still in high school. It was my last year of high school. My
That's
parents moved.
incredible.
It made me upset too when they moved. Well, when they picked the house, because it was four brothers, four of us, and then my mom and my dad, and they go buy a house for 3 bedrooms. I was like, what the heck? I'm 17. You want me to share with that? Share in my room still? Come on. I was like, hey, I'm working. Let me pay this house. And the freaking mortgage at the time was like $500.
Oh man, that's. I wish mortgages were still $500 right now. That'd be amazing.
All
We'd
right.
be able to do so much.
Yeah, yeah, dude. But that Maryland one you got was nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We can't complain. We're still doing like 3 to 5 a month, creatively or not mainly wholesale of either creative or cash. So we're still doing great things, but we're trying to scale to bigger and better, and we're trying to help more people in the process. That's what it's all about.
Y'all got to keep one so y'all don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, we are. Don't you worry. We're the ones, the good ones. We're keeping for ourselves. That's for sure.
Yeah, this year was the first year I didn't pay taxes on it because of the house I bought last year on creative. My
Go.
cost save.
I'm trying to be like you. So however I can do that, and not have to pay the government my money that we all earn. It's the best.
Yeah, for sure. They spent it wisely. I wouldn't mind so much.
I feel you. I feel you.
Cool, man. Cool. You got any questions for me besides?
To be honest, you answer a lot of the questions I ever have for you before I even get to ask them, because you just provide that much value. And that's not even me trying to pump your tires. That's me being like dead ass serious too. I don't have any questions because you live what you try to do every single day. So I honestly, instead of questions, I want to just let you know how much I appreciate you, how much I am grateful to have you in my life, and how much fun. I know we didn't really get to see each other too much in Boston, but for the little times we did get, I loved it because you always give me those chirps, and that's how I know we're boys. Is because if you're willing to chirp me, I know you're willing to take some back. So I just want to thank you for always being you, man. That's it, Edgar.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was by design. We had met in Arizona, and then if we talked too much, we wouldn't be able to talk to they as much. So that was by design.
Well, anytime I do get to chop it up with you, it's always a highlight of my day. That's for sure.
Cool, man. Appreciate you coming on. I think that's all we got for today.
Absolutely. I hope to be on again soon. Anytime you ever want me on, I will make time for you. And folks, just don't you worry, because I'm not just going to be on here. Edgar will be on the Wire podcast as well, which is mine and Paul's podcast, and the Owners Club Roundtable, which has about myself, Paul, and 4 others that are in Owners Club. Just was a weird turn of events that we all happened to be in one place at one time, and we started doing the thing together. So we're gonna have you on there. We're gonna spotlight you too, but a lot of big things coming from this guy and us, hopefully together here. That stay tuned for that.
Oh yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Yep. So schedule your calendar for your credit training.
I will. You texted me that link, so I'm gonna schedule it right now.
Sounds good, man.
All right, brother.
That's his next podcast where you can start your dreams and start to own your time the way these other guests have.